The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hi everybody, my name is Ron Chuckett, and welcome to the playoffs. We, for the first time on Retro Sports Network, will do League Divisional Series play. We will do Game 1 of all 4 American and National League Series. And then after each Game 1, we will quick sim Games 2 and 3. So that's how it's going to work. We start with our first split doubleheader with the New York Yankees, champions of the American League East, versus the Seattle Mariners, the runaway champions of the American League West. It'll be Freddie Garcia versus Mike Mussina on the hill on a beautiful night in Seattle. And then following Game 1, which you'll watch all of in its entirety in a moment, you will get Games 2 and 3 in a quick sim. Lucky people. Tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time, if you're watching live, or tomorrow on YouTube, it'll be Oakland and Chicago. It'll be the A's and the White Sox, the wild card versus the National League champion. The doubleheader tomorrow, noon at 8:30, the National League Divisional Series between the Cubs and the Giants. That's the noon game, and the primetime game will be the Astros and the Marlins. So with all that, no fancy graphics for the LDS, but it is the playoffs. It's time to bite your fingernails. The Yankees and the Mariners are ready to go, and if you are, so am I. As Retro Sports Network proudly presents the 2001 American League Divisional Series between the New York Yankees and the Seattle Mariners, live from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. No notification from Twitch, huh? Afternoon playoff baseball for sure. We are with you tonight at 8:30 for Oakland and Chicago. Tomorrow will be San Francisco and Chicago early, with Florida, Houston late. All right, so it'll be Freddie Garcia pitching for Seattle. Freddie, on the real year, on the replay season, a 20-game winner. He went 23-7. The Mariners, I have notes on the screen. The Mariners, 110-52. Not too shabby at all. Garcia, 34 games. He actually had 8 complete games in the replay. 250 in the third innings, 197 hits, 93 runs, 88 earned, 11 homers. How you doing, Matt? 71 strikeouts and 149, or 71 walks and 149 strikeouts, 23-7, and I gotta look over around here, with an earned run average of 316. Mrs. is doing quite well, thanks for asking. She went back to work Monday. She's still having some light issues. Light sensitivities, but beyond that, she's just sore. Thanks for asking, Big Dave. How are you? So this will be the lineup that we'll put out there for the Yankees. And remember, after we do the live game, we will set up quickly to do Games 2 and 3 and quick sim them. Yeah, I'm glad to hear she's doing better. It's been a long couple weeks. Derek Jeter will lead off at short for the Yankees. They finished 93-67 on the replay. Bernie Williams, Pickle Girl is at a lunch break. Well, that's good, Dave. Derek Jeter at short will lead off. Bernie Williams in center will bat second. Tino Martinez at first goes third. David Justice in left will bat fourth. Paul O'Neill in right goes fifth. Jorge Posada behind the plate will go sixth. Chuck Knobloch is your DH. He'll bat seventh. Scott Brosius at third, batting eighth. Alfonso Soriano at second, batting ninth. And Mike Mussina on the mound should go about 100 pitches. Mark McLemore, as we set the defense for you for Seattle, is a 6 and a 3 in left. Cameron is a 10 and a 5 in center. Ichiro a 10 and an 8 in right. David Bell is 6 at third. Carlos Guillen a 3 at short. Brett Boone a 6 at second. John Olerud a 6 at first. And Dan Wilson a 7 and a 2 behind the plate. Jeter, on this beautiful night in Seattle, 62 degrees, calm winds, roof open. He hit .315, 19 homers, and 71 RBI. I've got the stats up on my other screen. You can see what he did in real life. And so the playoffs are underway. A ground ball to Olerud. Actually, it's strike 3. It got away from Wilson. He throws down to first. 1 away for Bernie Williams, who had 26 homers, 104 RBIs, and hit .287 on the replay. So a very good year for Bernie. The Yankees underperformed by 2 games, as a matter of fact. The Yankees would have the best record in the National League. Nobody won 93 games. Pitch to Bernie. There's a fly ball, left center field. McLemore over in the alley makes the catch, 2 out for Tino Martinez. Tino hit 30 home runs, drove in 103, and hit .269. Freddie, an easy first inning so far, popped up. Boone, that's a rainmaker here in Seattle. You don't want that, and that will retire the side. Yankees go in order here in the first. Mike Mussina coming to take the hill. No score. So Mussina, 34 starts. He went 14 and 10 on the replay. He was 17 and 11 in real life. 230 and 2/3 innings, 221 hits, 101 runs, 100 earned. He gave up 25 homers, good control. He walked 46 and struck out 225, and he posted an earned run average of .390. It'll be Ichiro leading off for Seattle. Cameron will bat second for the M's. Edgar Martinez at DH bats third. John Olerud at first cleans up. Brett Boone at second batting fifth. David Bell at third goes sixth. Dan Wilson behind the plate will go seventh. Carlos Guillen at short batting eighth. And Mark McLemore in left will bat ninth. And Garcia threw 8 pitches in his half of the first. Defensively for the Yankees, David Justice a 7 and 7 in left. Bernie Williams a 7 and 3 in center. Paul O'Neill is a 2 and a 5 in right. Brocious a 5 at third. Jeter a 5 at short. Soriano a 3 at second. Martinez an 8 at first. Posada an 8 behind the plate with a 3 on. And Mussina an 8 on the mound with a .977 fielding percentage. Mr. Bucky Whip about to start the second quarter of his 15th game of his 93-94 Rockets replay. Stratomatic Super Advanced. The Rockets and Knicks are tied at 26 at the Garden. Ichiro in his rookie year had 709 plate appearances, 248 hits. He hit .350 right on the number. How about that? 11 homers and 86 RBI. He also had 70 stolen bases. He had 56 on the real year. So to make sure I actually had the fake stats up. Seattle finishing the regular season at 110 and 52. And as a team, they hit .287. Ichiro starts his first playoff game. A fly ball to right. O'Neill coming in, 1 out. For Mike Cameron, .274, 22 homers, and 96 RBI. So the stats you see on the screen are for the real. I'm reading you off pictures. They're replay stats. We go all out for you guys in the playoffs. Pitch to Cameron is a ground ball to Brocious at third over to Martinez, and that is 2 out. So here's Edgar Martinez Edgar hitting .315, 31 homers, and 117 RBI. Quick inning for both pitchers. Garcia only threw 8 in the top of the first. Musina deals with 2 out, and there's a fly ball right center. Bernie coming in. He makes a diving catch. How about that? So 14 pitches combined in the first. After 1, no score. So Justice, O'Neill, and Posada. Justice hit .271, 19 homers, and 67 RBI. And a clutch player for the Yankees. And again, we're reading off what happened in my replay stats. We created a special season just for the playoffs. Pitch from Garcia, and Justice draws the walk. This is a best of 5, first to 3. Here's O'Neill, Paulie, at .230, 24 homers and 74 RBI. Justice on first, this playoffs first base runner. Garcia's pitch. There's a chopper down to Boone. He'll go to first and get O'Neill. So Justice moves to second because that was just not hit all that hard. 1 out for Posada. Jorge, 18 homers, 68 RBI, and hit .287. So better than real life. 1 out, no score. Game 1, Yankees and Mariners. Posada strikes out. Garcia got him to look at a 1-2 fastball. And so that brings up Chuck Knobloch, who hit .229, 4 homers, and 31 RBI. 2 out. Garcia feeling pretty good. Winds and fires. Chopper to third, base side of the rubber. Garcia throws to Olerud, and that will retire the side. Yankees, they get the walk, and that's it. They'll leave a runner on. Bottom of the third here in game 1, no score. So that'll bring up John Olerud, followed by Brett Boone and David Bell. Olerud hit .315, 25 homers, and 115 RBI. So think of this as the prime time game. And the night game would be, let's just say, the afternoon thing. So Olerud is ready. Musina kicks and fires. Base hit left field. Justice will pick it up on a hop, and that's the first hit for anybody here in the series. So Brett Boone, MVP candidate for sure, hit .330, 37 home runs, and 141 RBI. So the Mariners have Olerud on first. No score. Second inning of game 1. Musina deals. Fly ball right field. O'Neill in the corner, and Paul will make the catch. So Olerud retreats back to first. 1 out for David Bell, who hit .251, 15 homers, and 85 RBI. This Mariner team as a whole hit .287 in the regular season. That is an offensive machine, especially considering that 2001 overall was a pretty high offense output. Pitch to Bell. Slow ground ball to Brocious. Scott goes over to first. Martinez stays on the bag. Bell is retired. Olerud moves to second. 2 out for Dan Wilson, who hit .273, 11 homers, and 60 RBI. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. 2 out here in the bottom of the second. You'd expect it to be a pitcher's duel between these two. Musina and Freddie Garcia here on a beautiful night in Seattle. Pitch to Wilson. Ground ball right side over Tino Martinez for a base hit. O'Neill picks it up. Olerud's going to round third. O'Neill, an average arm. Here comes the play at the plate, and it's just thrown in the infield, and the Mariners lead game 1, 1-0. So first blood for Seattle on the RBI single by Dan Wilson. Carlos Guillen hit .259, 7 homers, and 60 RBI. So the crowd pretty happy if you're a Mariner fan. Throw to first, and Dan Wilson is back. Mussina, 2 outs here in the second. Struck him out. First for Moose, and that'll do it. However, the Mariners get a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the third here at Safeco Field, 1-0 Seattle. So Brocious, Soriano, and Jeter to face Freddie Garcia here in the third. Oh, by the way, for those of you who may be Houston Astro fans, Scott Brocious, oh, by the way, again, hit .278, 10 homers, and 36 RBI. Popped up, right side, Boone, 1 out. Game 1 of your series against the Marlins, 8:30 tomorrow night. That will be the last of the 4 to go off. Here's Soriano. How you doing, Mike from the truck? Alfonso hit .241, 13 homers, and 64 RBI. He struck out a season high for the Yankees 142 times. We told you that the Mariners hit .287 as a team. The Yankees, again, you'll take this all the time, but they only hit .259. So that's how good the Mariners were. They hit 28 points better than the Yankees. Pitch to Soriano. Line drive to Bell. 2 out. And I think I can shrink that now. For Derek Jeter, who struck out his first time up. Opening 9 for Garcia. 2 2/3. 30 pitches, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. By the way, Champion Gamer 07 is our latest follower. I forgot to get that on the last stream. Pitch to Jeets. Popped up. Left side. Bell. That's a rainmaker. And David will make a great catch. How about that? Stumbled over his own foot. And that will retire the side. The Yankees don't have a hit through 3. After 2.5, 1-0. That's the button I wanted. So here's Mark McLemore. The Yankees are playing for the bunt. McLemore hit .243, 1 homer, and 37 RBI. He stole 45 bases. How you doing, John Goodell? He's going to swing away here. Mussina deals and struck him out. McLemore looked at a 2-2 breaking ball for strike 3. So playoff baseball indeed. Game 1 in its entirety, and then we will quick sim games 2 and 3. And let you know how those go. Ichiro Suzuki is 0 for 1 in the playoffs. Opening 9 for Mussina, 2 1/3, 30 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Oakland at Chicago tonight at 8:30, and tomorrow's doubleheader for the National League. Cubs and Giants at noon. The Dodgers surprisingly aren't playing, and the Marlins and the Astros at 8:30. Pitch to Suzuki. Ichiro slaps this one to Soriano over to first for the out. So 2 away from Mike Cameron, who's 0 for 1. So 4 playoff games for your dancing and dining pleasure between now and 9:30 tomorrow night. Pitch to Cameron. Struck him out. So Mussina's through 3. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th here in game 1. 1-0 Seattle. So Bernie Williams is 0 for 1. Garcia cruising right along here in the fourth. Starts the inning. Line drive to Boone, 1 out. Tino Martinez is 0 for 1. Old home week for Tino. Garcia deals. There's a high fly ball, right field. Ichiro tracks back, makes the catch, 2 out. Tino wants that one back. He got under it a little bit. Here's David Justice, the Yankees' only base runner so far. Garcia winds and deals. High fly ball to right. That's in the corner. Ichiro makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Seattle. We would show you the standings, but it's a playoff game. The Mariners won 110, so not quite the 116 to win the West. And the Yankees won the American League East with 93 wins. And Edgar Martinez is 0 for 1. Ground ball past Mussina up the middle for a base hit. So that's the third hit for the Mariners. And that'll bring up Olerud, who singled and scored in the second. Fly ball, right field. O'Neill takes a step back, makes the catch. That sounded better off the bat than it looked in the air. 57 degrees here in Seattle. No wind for Brett Boone, who's 0 for 1. Edgar's not going to steal. Mussina goes to the plate. Base hit, right center field. O'Neill will pick it up. Martinez trots to third. And the Mariners have runners on the corners and 1 out. You're wondering who the Game 2 starter would be. I imagine nope. It would be one Roger Clemens. And it will be Andy Pettitte in Game 3. So first and third, Martinez on third, Boone on first for Bell. 1-0 Mariners here, bottom of the fourth, game 1. Struck him out. Mussina got him to look at an 87-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. On a 1-2 count, and there's 2 out for Dan Wilson, who has the game's lone RBI that game with a single. Mussina trying to sweat this one out. Kicks and fires into left center. Bernie Williams rides a Schwinn, makes the catch to retire the side. The Mariners get 2 hits, and that's it. They have left on 3 through 4, and it's 1-0 Seattle. So this one's been pretty tight. O'Neill, Posada, and Knobloch to face Garcia. Paul is 0 for 1. Freddie starts the fifth. A ground ball to Boone. Over to first. 1 out. We will be doing the entire League Championship Series and obviously the World Series. But if we did the entire LDS, that's possibly 20 games. That's a lot of first-round baseball. Posada struck out his first time up. And is gone again. Freddie got him to look at an 0-2 cutter. So 2 out for Knobloch. Chuck is 0 for 1. You couldn't have asked for a better start from Freddie Garcia. And he hits Knobloch. That's not what you wanted. So Garcia walks around the mound. Knobloch nailed in the leg. Trots to first for Brocious, who's 0 for 1. Throw to first. Knobloch slides back in. And now the Mariners will pitch out. Remember, it's just a 1-run game. Runner goes. Wilson throws down to Boone, and Knobloch has it stolen. So the Yankees have the tying run on second here. 2 out in the fifth. And a 1-ball count Was that the dreaded announcer jinx? I haven't said anything about bagels yet. We'll get to that. Pitch to Brocious. And there goes the no-hitter. Thanks, John. Knobloch rounds third and scores. And Scott Brocious has an RBI double. And the Yankees have tied this at 1. So Garcia's first hit allowed. There goes the shutout. And the defending world champions have tied game 1. So here's Soriano. Alfonso 0 for 1. Garcia and Wilson will change the signs with the runner on second. Freddie deals. Soriano in a high fly ball left field. McLemore will make the catch, and we're halfway home. Well, yes, John, that was the dreaded announcer jinx. Thanks for bringing that on. Beautiful day here in town, 71 degrees, halfway home in game 1 of our playoffs. It's the Yankees won, the Mariners won. If you joined us late here for the playoffs, here's how we got here. The Mariners a single run in the second. Dan Wilson singled home John Olerud to make it 1-0. Freddie Garcia took a no-hitter into the 5th. However, the first Yankee hit was a Scott Brocious double to tie the score at 1. Remember, Brocious was a huge playoff hero during the World Series for the Yankees. And as you'd expect, in a game 1 where both the aces are going, it's been a well-pitched game. Garcia, a 1-hitter through 5, walking 1 and striking out 3. Mussina, a 4-hitter through 4, and he has struck out 4. And Steeler fan gets buggy whipped, saying, "That's that. Time to see if Pickle Girl is back." And John won't be vacationing in Seattle anytime soon. Carlos Guillen struck out his first time up as we play the bottom of the 5th. There's a base hit into right field, so Mussina has given up the 6 hits so far, 5 hits. By the way, the computers have picked the rosters, and they are set at 25, so that's on the computer. Mark McLemore struck out his first time up. Can't really bunt. With Guillen, a good runner on first. Posada and Mussina discuss the situation, and Mussina goes to the plate. McLemore slaps one to first. Tino goes to Jeter for 1, and there's no throw to first. McLemore is on with the fielder's choice. So 18 batters deep for Mussina, 72 pitches, 4 1/3, 5 hits, and 4 strikeouts. Ichiro is 0 for 2. Then we're going to hit and run. There goes the runner. Ground ball to second. Soriano's only play is to get Ichiro, but McLemore, the go-ahead run, is on second with 2 out. For Mike Cameron, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Games 1 and 2 of the series will be in Seattle. Game 3, 4 if needed, will be in New York. And if there is a winner-take-all, Jack McDowell will tell you that will be here in Seattle. Pitch to Cameron. Struck him out. What a job by Mussina. No runs. The hit does not hurt. The Mariners have left on 4. We go to the 6th here in game 1, 1-1. So Garcia opening 18, 58 pitches. 5 innings, a hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Jeter is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ground ball to first. Olerud over to Garcia, 1 out. For Bernie Williams, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to first. Second verse, same as the first. 2 out. You can't do much better than Freddie Garcia is right now. 2 out here in the 6th. Tino Martinez is 0 for 2. There's a fly ball right field. That's going to drop in front of Ichiro, and the Yankees have a 2-out single. Only the second hit for the Yankees. Here's David Justice. He's walked. He's 0 for 1. There's a slapper to third. Bell goes to Boone, and that will retire the side. The Yankees threaten but do not score. No runs. A hit. They've left on 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 1-1. So Edgar Martinez is 1 for 2. He has himself a single. One of the 5 hits the Mariners have. There's a line drive to right. O'Neill will make the catch. 1 out for Olerud, who was 1 for 2. John singled and scored in the 2nd. You'd expect this to be a pitcher's duel, and that's what you've gotten so far. Pitched Olerud. Struck him out. That's 6 for Moose. He swung on and missed an 0-2 fastball. And then I'll bring up Brett Boone, who was 1 for 2. And Boone gets hit. Well, these two teams really don't like each other. In real life, they played in the American League Championship Series. The Yankees, the defending world champions. The Mariners, even in this replay, won 110 games. And so the Mariners are the new hot thing, and the Yankees feel like they're overlooked. Boone just kind of takes off the gloves and takes a lead off of first for Bell, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Mussina has fans 7, and we are through 6. In game 1, it's the Yankees 1, Seattle 1. So O'Neill, Posada, and Knobloch. Paul is 0 for 2. Struck him out. Garcia got him on a 2-2 looking. So here is Posada. Jorge has struck out twice. 1 out, top of the 7th. Game 1. Fast game. It's only 12:30. And we're in the top of the 7th. Posada strikes out. He swung on and missed, and Freddie got him to take the collar. So 2 out for Knobloch, who has stolen a base. He stole 38 on the real year. How many did he steal in the replay? He stole 41. So he has speed. Ground ball up the middle. Boone over to Olerud. Stretch time 1-1. So I expect the Yankees to be going to their pen soon. Mussina on 94 pitches through 6. We'll face the bottom 3 of the Mariners lineup here in the bottom of the 7th. Dan Wilson has the lone RBI for Seattle. He singled in the 2nd, 1 for 2. Slow chopper to Soriano. Musina covering the bag, and Wilson is retired. And that'll do it. Ramiro Mendoza to pitch. So Musina 6 1/3 here in game 1. And I can't. It's just stuck on the screen. Oh, I can. So Mendoza pitched in 55 games. He started 2. He is 9-4 with 7 saves on the year for the Yankees. 120 1/3 innings. 102 hits, 45 runs, 43 earned. He gave up 11 homers. He walked 28 and struck out 92. And you can see his real numbers on the screen. He really was a Swiss Army knife. 1 out for Carlos Guillen, who's 0 for 1, or 1 for 2. Single and struck out. That's in the right field. That will drop in front of O'Neill, and that's a single. So Carlos 2 for 3 on the series. Here's McLemore. Mark is 0 for 2. He is struck out. 1-1. Mariners have 6 hits. The Yankees 2. Here in the bottom of the 7th. McLemore in the right. That's a base hit. O'Neill will pick it up. And Guillen will stop at second. So first and second for Ichiro, who is 0 for 3 in his first ever American playoff game. And good speed on the bases. If he can rip one down the line, it may be a 2-run double. Ichiro hit 350 in the replay and 350 on the real year. And Mendoza is starting to feel it. He hasn't retired anybody. He's given up 2 hits. Ball 4. So Ichiro walks. They are loaded here in the 7th for Mike Cameron, who has struck out twice. So if you're a Yankee fan, it's bite your nail time. Mendoza, on this 54-degree night here in Seattle, takes a deep breath. Pitch to Cameron. Walked home a run. Guillen will score. And it's 2-1 Seattle. So here's Edgar Martinez. He is 1 for 3. Edgar has a single. It's McLemore on third. Ichiro on second. Cameron on first. Mendoza deals. Chopper back to Mendoza. Goes to the plate. And McLemore is out. They got the runner at home. What a good play from Mendoza. Didn't really have to go all that far, just off the dirt, and threw a strike to Posada to get the runner. So 2 out. It's still a 1-run game. Ichiro on third, Cameron on second, Edgar on first for Olerud. John has struck out, scored, and singled. High fly ball, right field. Back goes O'Neill. Grand slam, John Olerud. And the Mariners have kicked this one open. Joe Torre goes out to get Ramiro Mendoza. Randy Choate will come in. The Mariners lead game 1, 6-1. Where'd you find the Mariner avatar, Steeler fan? Or emoticon? Randy Choate pitched 43 times in the regular season. He's a lefty. He had, now look at the right spot. He went 2-0 for the Yankees with an earned run average of 245, 51 1/3 innings, 38 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned. He did, however, hit 18 batters. Oh, you searched Trident. Well, it is the gum that 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. Here's Brett Boone, 1 for 2. So the salami and the mustard and the rye bread go to John Olerud, who has been handed a pastrami sandwich in the Seattle dugout. So game 1 for Seattle has gone swimmingly well. They lead it 6-1. Pitch to Boone, and Brett draws the walk. David Bell has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. So Yankee fans in a bit of a shock here. Olerud, big grand slam in game 1. Pitch to Bell, who's 0 for 3, and he draws the walk. The Yankee bullpen is pooping the bed. So Choate has faced 2 batters and walked them both. And the mouse is on hit for Seattle, so they're swinging the bat. Here's Wilson. Dan 1 for 3. He has singled and driven home a run. One horrible inning if you're a Yankee fan. Pitch from Choate. Struck him out. And finally, that'll do it for the Mariners. But John Olerud's grand slam in the 7th has broken this one open, at least for the time being. It's 6-1 Seattle. And so Garcia will start the 8th. He'll face Brocious, Soriano, and Jeter. Freddie's only allowed 2 hits through 7. And if they need him now, Freddie's in good shape if they need him to pitch game 5. Enrique Wilson will pinch hit. See if I got his stats for you. Yep. He had 1 homer, 17 RBI, and hit .220 on the year. Computer, by the way, running the Yankees. No, I want you down. And I'm running the Mariners, and if this series should go 4 games, I would run the Yankees in game 4, and the Mariners would be run by the computer. Pitch to Wilson. There's a line drive to Bell. 1 out for Soriano, who's 0 for 2. So Garcia just kind of having a good time right now. Soriano swings, fly ball, left field. McLemore in the left field corner makes the catch, 2 out. So here's Derek Jeter, opening 27 for Garcia, 94 pitches. 7 2/3, 2 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. The captain is 0 for 3. Jeter has struck out once. Garcia deals into center field. Cameron moving over, and Mike will make the catch, and that will retire the side. The Yankees go in order in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 6-1 Seattle. And so the team that won 110 games has made the first statement of this postseason. Guillen, by the way, is 2 for 3 with a run scored. Choate will start the 8th. You're not going to see Mo Rivera in this one unless the Yankees score a bundle in the 9th. Carlos up the middle. Williams. Bernie's there. 1 out. I see, and speaking of Bernie Strom, that Carl Yastrzemski hit 61 homers. Is that right? And his 67 replay. Yaz just had a birthday. He turned 84. Here's McLemore. Mark 1 for 3, a single and a strikeout. Ground ball to Tino, who takes the bag himself. 2 out. For Ichiro, who was 0 for 3, he walked and scored on a bases-loaded walk in the 7th. He'll strike out, and we go to the 9th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. It's the Mariners 6 The Yankees won. Don't forget, after we play game 1, we'll set up to do the quick sims for games 2 and 3. So Bernie Williams is 0 for 3. The Yankees need 5 to tie. Tino Martinez and David Justice to follow. Garcia starts the 9th. Strike 3. Freddie has struck out 6. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. So here's Tino Martinez. They're going to give Freddie a base runner. You might as well see what you can do. If you can go into a playoff game in 2001 and not have to use your bullpen, goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Tino has singled. He's 1 for 3. Fly ball, right center, Cameron, 2 out. And everybody now is standing. Last chance saloon is David Justice. Freddie Garcia is throwing a 2-hitter here in game 1. He kicks and fires. Line drive to Guillen, and the Mariners win game 1. No contest. A leaping catch by Guillen. 2 hours and 56 minutes. So, hey, the news would be on in time. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Seattle. They left on 7. The Yankees, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. And they left on 3. Freddie Garcia, of course, is your Digital Dice MVP. The Yankees lose. Freddie Garcia throws a 2-hitter. John Olerud hits a grand slam. And Ramiro Mendoza, who has been pretty much aces all year, isn't in game 1. So that's the final score. Stay tuned. We're going to do games 2 and 3 real quick. The Mariners win game 1. Not Mussina's fault. So, we're going to set this up to play so I can get the lineups right. So if you want to see how all the sausage is made, here you go. And go with the same lineup. We'll go Bernie 2nd, Tino 3rd, we'll move up Soriano. So that's the Yankees lineup. Hopefully that'll get them a little bit better. Now, I gotta take a look here. Who are the Mariners gonna pitch? It's gonna be Jamie Moyer or Aaron Seeley. We're gonna go with Moyer. So I'll take a look in a second if I'm changing anyone for the Yankees. This should be pretty easy to do. All right. Lefties. Martinez is going to bat. I don't really have much choice. Do I play Shane Spencer in left? I think it's about the only difference. So the Yankees will platoon. And after that, oh, the Yankees win game 2. How about that? 10-9. So let's go through how they do it. The Yankees have made this a series, so we will have a game 4 in New York, probably Friday. They get 6 in the first. Tino Martinez doubles home Derek Jeter to make it 1-0. Then Paul O'Neill singles home Bernie Williams to make it 2-0. Posada with a ground ball to make it 3-0. Knobloch with the fielder's choice to make it 4-0. The Dodgers are waiting for 1988. Derek Jeter with a 2-run single to make it 6-0 Yankees in the first. Then Mike Cameron a solo homer in the bottom of the first to make it 6-1. The Yankees then went up 10-1. Shane Spencer a 3-run homer to make it 9-1. Brocious a solo shot to make it 10-1. Goodness gracious. The Mariner fans were reaching for the 5 at that point. Then the Mariners almost got it all the way back. Edgar Martinez, a 2-run homer in the third. McLemore, a fielder's choice in the fourth to make it 10-4. Olerud, a 2-run single in the fifth. Then David Bell, a homer to make it 10-8 in the fifth. Mike Cameron, a fielder's choice to make it 10-9. And then the Yankees hung on. Jamie Moyer couldn't get out of the second. Roger Clemens couldn't get out of the fifth. So everybody will get a day off in this series. The Mariners go to the pen. Wow, Rockets lead the Knicks 61-46 in there. So, goodness gracious, Andy Pettitte versus Aaron Seeley in Game 3. But the Yankees pound out 11 hits, 10 runs, and no errors. Seattle 9 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. And so this series goes to New York, tied at 1. We now go play Game 3. From the Bronx. So we know that we'll have a Game 4. So it'll be Aaron Seeley versus Andy Pettitte. And so righty-hand specialist here. All right, that's the lineup for Seattle. So it's raining in New York. And we go to the end of the ball game, and the Mariners win this one 10-9. There hasn't been a lot of pitching in this series, has there? The Yankees won game 2, 10-9. Seattle wins game 3, 10-9. And so when we pick up this series on Friday, Seattle has a chance to win it. And how did we get here? Well, again, pitching has been not premium in this series. The Mariners get 4 in the first in game 3. John Olerud, an RBI single to make it 1-0. Then David Bell, a 3-run shot to make it 4-0. Tino Martinez in the bottom of the first made it 4-1. Then in the third, Martinez, an RBI single to make it 4-2. The Yankees tied the game in the fourth. Chuck Knobloch, an RBI single to score 2. Then in the fifth, the floodgates open for Seattle. They bat around 9 to the plate and score 4 runs. A 2-run double from Mike Cameron makes it 6-4. Brett Boone scores on a single on an error to right to make it 7-4. David Bell singled home Olerud to make it 8-4. In the top of the sixth, Seattle puts on 2 more. Edgar Martinez doubles home Ichiro, and then Olerud singled home Edgar Martinez. In the eighth, the Yankees get 4. A 3-run blast by David Justice. Then Derek Jeter doubled home Brosius. And in the ninth, Paul O'Neill a solo homer. And that's it. Playoff pitching extraordinaire. Sasaki gets the save. So tonight, it'll be Oakland and the White Sox. I hope you like the format of how we do this. It's how we'll do tonight. Game 1 in full, games 2 and 3 in short supply like this. So we know that we'll have one broadcast for you on Friday. It'll be Seattle in New York. We'll see if that's a singleton or whether we do a doubleheader. But the Mariners are 1 game away from the ALCS. And amazingly enough, the last 2 games have been 10-9 affairs. So for now, that'll do it. I'm Ron Juckett. The Mariners lead 2-1. We'll have game 4 of that series for you Friday. We'll have game 1 tonight between the A's and the White Sox. Until then, we'll see you tonight. Have a good one, everybody.